What's good, everyone? OJ here. Welcome back to another RPG news video. I am your #1 source for all things RPG news in gaming. Today we've got some great topics for you guys, but before we get into that, please make sure you hit that like button and also subscribe if you are someone new, as I drop new daily videos all the time and also have live streams. Now let's go ahead and get into the content here, and we're starting off with the Groose being loose. Yes, Nintendo is showing off the Groose and more in some brand new The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword HD screenshots. We're starting to see more about this game as E3 is coming and the marketing is ramping up. The sales for the game is ramping up on Amazon. The pre-orders are coming in and people are getting excited for the first time playing this Legend of Zelda game, or going back into it in actual decent frame rate, quality, HD TV, and all of that, because the game was a tad bit rough back in 2011 with your HD TV and of course forced motion controls. The game was built around that, but I'll be completely honest with you guys, and I said it back then and I'll say it now, while the motion controls worked in the game and they're good, people can enjoy them and have fun, I had a big issue with the motion controls in the game, and it made it not as enjoyable for me. I still beat the game, still played it, but it's definitely one of my least liked Zelda, mainline Zelda 3D titles. So I'm really looking forward to getting into the Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword HD. I want to play with those regular controls. I like the frame rate being up. I think it's 60 frames per second from what I'm seeing on there. This will be the first mainline Zelda game released on an actual Nintendo platform, 3D mainline console Zelda game, to be in 60 frames per second from what I understand. I know some of the portable titles have gotten that before, like A Legend of Zelda, A Link Between Worlds, stuff like that, but none of the mainline actual Zelda games natively running on Nintendo hardware have reached that level, so that's also exciting as well, on top of there being the regular button controls, on top of it being to where it's not going to look horrible on my HD TV, because they actually have it in HD now at this point. So I'm actually excited about a number of those different things, and these screenshots are looking very good. They're actually not bad at all, and I think that the art style in terms of what they did back then definitely lends to the game not looking quite as rough, you know, when it comes down to it, because the art style is very whimsical a little bit, right, compared to some of the other Legend of Zelda games, like a Twilight Princess, for example. But I think that Skyward Sword actually aged better than Twilight Princess did. And they're both kind of from that era, because they were both on the Nintendo Wii when it comes to Twilight Princess and also when it comes to Skyward Sword HD. So I'm just excited to get my hands on the game. July, it's coming out. I think that these screenshots are great, and we're going to get more information on the game, or more footage and all that, as we get closer to the launch. So what do you guys think about these new batch of screenshots for The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword HD? Are you planning on picking up the game? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. All right, and moving on to the next topic here, guys. We've got a bunch of information on Tales of Arise. There's a brand new trailer too, but once again, Bandai Namco is kind of weird with trailers, so we'll see how this one works out. But either way, I wanted to direct you guys to the information and what they're talking about, in addition to actual performance and what they're going to do with the enhanced versions of the game on the Xbox Series S, Xbox Series X, also on the PlayStation 5 as well, because there are some notable differences between them that you might want to know before you head into what version of the game that you are going to buy. So in this post, Bandai Namco did talk about the new characters, or at least detailing the characters in the game. You have Alphen, Sion, Rinwell, and Law Mystic Arts trailer screenshots. There's a bunch of stuff here, and I'm just gonna briefly run down who they talked about. They've got Zephyr, who's a man that oversees the Crimson Crow resistance group in the game, and with the ability to calmly overlook a situation and guide his members, and excellent skills in combat. He has the great trust of his subordinates. So I do want to talk also about some of the next gen benefits as well. We're kind of going down the list in terms of what Bandai Namco put out here. So if you buy the game on the PlayStation 5, you're going to have shorter load times when breaking into the battle. You also have priority modes. So you have a performance mode, which prioritizes the frame rate at 60 frames per second. Then you also have a graphics mode, which prioritizes the resolution at 4K resolution. You also have the big one here, guys, is DualSense wireless controller. haptic feedback support. So if you do a fire spell, you're going to feel that kind of reverberating through the controller, or an ice spell, or if you actually slash somebody or do certain types of skills or arts, you're going to feel that in those haptics of the controller, and it can really create a great euphoria experience for a game like this. So that's kind of tilted me to kind of get it on the PlayStation 5. And also you have game help with support too, so I know Sony has some type of thing that's built into it with the PlayStation 5, so you do get that. Now on the Xbox series of systems, you have shorter load times when breaking into battle, same thing as the PlayStation 5, and then you also have priority modes. You have prioritizes frame rate, 60 frames per second, and the graphics mode prioritizes resolution at 4K, but you miss out on the DualSense wireless controller support, and then you also miss out on the game help, which the support for the game, which isn't as important considering there's YouTube and there's all sorts of resources if you're stuck or something like that. But I think the big thing here is definitely the DualSense wireless controller, and it's probably tilted my thought process into that because there's no change in terms of what's going on. Although I will say this, the quick resume feature that's built into the Xbox is actually a pretty god tier feature for RPGs, that you can just kind of just say, all right, I'm out, you know what I'm saying, and then hop right back to where you are without having to get to a save point or saving it yourself or stuff like that. So I know it doesn't always work for everybody. It appears that some people it doesn't work, but for most people quick resume works. So that's something that I've been using in Mass Effect Legendary Edition, and it's really good for that. So it makes me think, man, what should I get it for? You have the quick resume, which is great on Xbox, but then you also have the DualSense wireless controller. So I think that I'm going to take the DualSense support over that, because just having that is so cool. Returnal, it was great in there, so I do like the DualSense controller. So I'll probably pick it up on the PlayStation 5. But what are your thoughts on this, guys, when it comes down to it? Tales of Arise is due out for the PlayStation 5, Xbox series of systems, PS4, Xbox One, PC via Steam worldwide September 10th, so not too much longer here, and it will launch for consoles on September 9th in Japan, so pretty much the worldwide release date for the most part. So what do you guys think about all this? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. All right, and moving on to the next topic here, we've got an announcement of Empire of Angels 4 for the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, and also for the Nintendo Switch. So Empire of Angels 4 will launch for the PlayStation 4, Xbox One on June 23rd, followed by the Nintendo Switch on June 24th for $19.99. Publisher East Asia Soft and developer Softstar Entertainment has announced the physical editions sold by PlayAsia, which there'll be a link in the description below, will be shipping in July. So here's a little bit of an overview about this game. Definitely seems kind of weebish when it comes down to it, but apparently it's a solid strategy RPG out there from what I've been reading. So for the first time since the series began in 1993, Empire of Angels arrives on console. As the latest entry in the story tactical RPG franchise, this updated edition of Empire of Angels 4 features lush 3D graphics, strategic turn-based combat, and a huge cast of gorgeous female characters fully voiced in Mandarin, along with improved English subtitles. So hold up here, hold up. We got to talk about this, right? We got to talk about this. A huge cast of gorgeous female characters. Remember what we just talked about recently on the channel? If you haven't seen my video from yesterday, we talked about the whole ugly with Horizon Zero Dawn, or not Horizon Zero Dawn, but Horizon Forbidden West, and that whole controversy that's going on there. So those people that all hit that like button and want that, you guys should all buy this game right here. There's a gorgeous cast, because that's what's important in this game. It's a gorgeous cast of fake characters for you to get looked at and get turned on by when you play a strategic RPG. So it all makes sense here. So everybody should be buying this game that complained about that. Now, one, I'm just joking, so don't take it as if I'm being serious here. But two, there's different types of games for different types of people, for different types of things, and we should just worry about the game quality, not so much in terms of if you think that you can date this fake character. So those are my thoughts on this, guys. What do you think about Empire of Angels 4? I know it's a little bit of a different style of game, but hey, you might like it if you try it out. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. All right, and moving on to the final topic here, guys, we've got a Monster Hunter Stories 2 fact sheet. I'm definitely going to be talking about this game a lot more, because I honestly feel that it needs all the publicity that it can get, and I think that it's a really good game, and if people give it a shot, they're going to like it. So Monster Hunter Stories first debuted on the Nintendo 3DS, and the game will soon be receiving a sequel on the Nintendo Switch. Monster Hunter Stories 2 Wings of Ruin will launch on console this summer. Now, Capcom has put out an official fact sheet that offers up an overview of the game and what you can expect. So let's talk about it here. So Monster Hunter Stories 2 Wings of Ruin offers both RPG and Monster Hunter fans a unique new experience with a rich storyline featuring charming characters, challenging quests, and friendly encounters with familiar monsters from the popular series. And I like that they actually put that in there, challenging quests, because some people were thinking, oh, is it going to be one of those cookie cutter type of RPGs that isn't really hard, you can just kind of power level, just get through it because maybe that's what they're going for with the style. But no, there's going to be challenge in there, there's going to be different types of characters, there's going to be different stuff in there, so it is going to be more than what you'd expect. Now, there are other things that they talk about. Check out the link in the description. I mean, the story and everything, how they set everything up, I've talked about it as well. I have previous videos when it comes to Monster Hunter Stories 2, but I do want to go over some of the features in the game. So it has a thrilling adventure. You can team up with familiar creatures from the Monster Hunter universe and a charming crew of companions for an emotional and expansive journey. Strategic combat. Make use of assorted Monster Hunter weapons to target monsters' weak points, employ powerful skills to control the flow of battle, and unleash devastating kinship attacks with your Monstie to overwhelm any foe. Become a monster rider. Create your own unique character and use the power of your kinship stone to live in harmony with the monsters others fear. Deep RPG progression. Once again, very important here. Collect and hatch eggs to build a party of Monsties with specific abilities and strengths. Train your Monsties to become unique and powerful companions and craft new weapons and armor to encounter increasingly dangerous threats. Scenic exploration. Navigate picturesque destinations on foot or while riding your trusted Monstie in search of an egg nest, hidden treasure chests, and more. Utilize the unique skill of each Monstie to leap over large gaps, climb sheer cliff faces, and rapidly traverse expansive terrain. Rich content. Complete a wide array of optional quests to assist the local residents of each location as you progress through the story and earn rewards. And last but definitely not least, you have some local co-op multiplayer action. Join up with a friend or tag team multiplayer battles and exploration. Monster Hunter Stories 2 Wings of Ruin launches on July 9th. I think this game is going to be awesome. Everything that they've said right there is actually in the game. I've been watching every single digital event where Capcom has marketed this game. I played the original game on the 3DS and I thought that was very impressive in terms of what they were trying to do. They're trying to expand this one out. This game has a very good shot at being a 1 million plus seller on the Nintendo Switch, so I am ready for it to come out. It's coming out in a crowded time period. July has a lot of games, but good for me at least, and for everybody else out there, at least this one's early July, so we can kind of play the game quite a bit before Neo The World Ends With You and also The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword HD comes out. Or if you're not interested in those games, there's this game for you at the beginning of the month, so very good stuff there. So what are your thoughts on all the different topics that we discussed, from Legend of Zelda, Tales of Arise, Empire of Angels, and of course Monster Hunter Stories 2? Let me know in the comment section below. Alright guys, that wraps it up for this video here. Check out the links in the description. We've got Twitter. Go and give us a follow on there. Stay up to date on all latest gaming news and information. Also make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and share this video if you can. Thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you for the next one. Peace.